In the last few years, drones have done more than just fly. They've redefined the battlefield. It began in October 2023 during the Gaza conflict. Israel deployed drones for surgical strikes, dismantling Hamas's underground tunnel networks, all without risking a single soldier. Fast forward to June 1st, 2025, Ukraine turned the tide of its long war with Russia. Ukraine reportedly smuggled low-cost, short-range drones deep into Russian territory, reaching as far as Siberia. According to Ukrainian sources, these $300 drones were used in coordinated surprise attacks that allegedly destroyed nearly 40 of Russia's strategic nuclear-capable bombers and struck key ammunition depots. Russia has not confirmed the extent of the damage. But the most defining moment came on May 7, 2025, India's OperationSindoor. In a bold, tech-driven retaliation, 9 terrorist camps were eliminated. No troops crossed the border. India didn't just rely on foreign tech. They strategically leveraged Israeli Harop drones as a critical component, then enhanced and integrated them into a full-spectrum, indigenous drone warfare ecosystem driven by India's own innovation. These weren't isolated battles, they were milestones signaling a new era. A global shift from brute boots to brain-powered homegrown warfare. The old rules of war demanded blood. Every mistake meant lost lives, shattered families, and endless mourning. In this video, uncover how India's rise in defense self-reliance, highlighted by OperationSindoor and driven by cutting-edge drone technology, is more than just geopolitics. It's a compelling investment opportunity. Backed by deep research from defense reports, company filings, and global experts like Superpowers, we dive into India's indigenous drone innovators like IdeaForge, Zen Technologies, Paras Defense, and more. If you value clear insight over noise, data-driven analysis over hype, and want to stay ahead in both national security and financial trends, hit subscribe. This channel is your gateway to empowering your mind, money, and mission. But drones have changed the equation. No pilots flying into hostile airspace, instant eyes in the sky, feeding real-time intel, precision strikes that avoid civilian casualties, swarm strategies that paralyze enemy defenses. Across the deserts of Rajasthan and the glacial peaks of Ladakh, drones now serve as India's unblinking sentinels, guiding missiles, guarding borders, and most importantly, saving lives. This isn't just about military strength, it's about compassion through technology, the courage to fight smarter, not harder. It began with tragedy. On April 22, 2025, 26 civilians lost their lives in a brutal attack by infiltrators in Pahalgam. This time, India didn't wait for apologies or international statements. It responded with resolve. Just 15 days later, on May 7th, OperationSindoor was launched. In a swift 72-hour window, 9 enemy camps across the border were neutralized, without a single Indian soldier crossing the line of control. While India's drone technology is still evolving, the operation marked a significant leap. Indigenous surveillance drones, AI-assisted UAVs, and real-time C4ISR networks worked in concert with electronic warfare systems and the formidable backing of the BrahMos and S-400 defense grids. Though platforms like Israel's Harop drones were integrated into India's air defense, the core of this mission was driven by Indian coordination, strategy, and systems. This wasn't just retaliation, it was a declaration. India is building the capability to defend itself using its own growing technological backbone. In Ukraine, innovation emerged from desperation. In Israel, it evolved through decades of necessity. But India is charting its own path, building a self-reliant, scalable defense ecosystem. From IdeaForge's surveillance drones and Zen Technologies' AI-driven combat simulators, to Paras Defense's cutting-edge optics, Solar Industries' smart warheads, and DRDO's autonomous drone swarms, these aren't isolated technologies. They are integrated components of a larger strategic machine. Designed, deployed, and increasingly exported, India's defense innovation is no longer just about guarding its own borders. It's beginning to shape battlefields worldwide. And at the heart of this shift lies a powerful truth. Every drone in the sky means one less soldier in harm's way. For families who've sent loved ones in uniform, that means everything. Drone warfare isn't just about defeating enemies, it's about preventing funerals. Imagine this future. Wars won not by bloodshed but by brilliance, where the bravest warriors operate UAVs from hundreds of miles away and still strike harder than any boots on ground ever could. That's not cowardice, that's evolved courage. A Zen warrior once said, "The greatest war is the one you never fight." India's emerging drone doctrine echoes this timeless wisdom. It is not fueled by vengeance nor driven by rage. It is grounded in readiness, precision, and technological superiority. The aim is clear: to deter aggression so effectively that conflict becomes unnecessary. This is the essence of silent strength. Victory through wisdom, not wrath. Power through calm, not chaos. In every unmanned flight and every calculated strike lies a deeper philosophy. This is India's Dharma in battle, a defense rooted in purpose, not ego, in clarity, not conquest. Drones are no longer just futuristic tools of warfare. They are the defining force behind a nation's military relevance in the 21st century. What was once a battle of budgets is now a race for technological supremacy, innovation, and autonomy. The shift is clear. Countries are no longer judged solely by the size of their arsenals, but by the intelligence and agility of their drone systems. The United States leads the drone revolution with unmatched battlefield intelligence, satellite integration, and cutting-edge autonomous platforms like the MQ-9 Reaper and X-47B China counters with sheer scale and export diplomacy, flooding markets with affordable combat UAVs like the Wing Lung series. Turkey has disrupted conventional warfare with budget-friendly, battle-tested UAVs like the Bayraktar TB2, while Russia continues to adapt under sanctions, leveraging its combat-hardened systems. Israel contributes surgical precision and real-time strike intelligence, and Iran reshapes asymmetric warfare through low-cost saturation attacks using drones like the Shahd 136. Once considered a peripheral player, India is rapidly emerging as a serious force in this evolving global drone hierarchy. With indigenous platforms like Switch, TAPAS-BH, and ALFA-S swarms, India is building a full-stack ecosystem that combines AI, electronic warfare, and terrain-adaptive capabilities, from the Himalayas to desert front lines. India's defense exports have reached $2.6 billion, with self-reliance levels climbing past 64%, boosted by flagship missions like OperationSindoor. Far from playing catch-up, India is carving its own strategic niche, one defined by homegrown innovation, multi-domain integration, and ethical deterrence. OperationSindoor marked a decisive shift. India, once dependent on imports, is now exporting deterrence. From IdeaForge drones and Tejas jets to Solar Industries' smart munitions and the Pinaka rocket system, India's defense narrative is evolving, where each strike is surgical and each move is strategic. When Pakistani drone swarms attempted to target critical infrastructure, it wasn't brute force but technological foresight that responded. India's multi-layered air defense, reinforced by Zen Technologies' AI-driven combat simulators, enabled real-time neutralization through both soft and hard kill capabilities. It was more than a tactical victory. It was a validation of India's maturing defense architecture. But the real battle isn't just in the air. It's being waged in labs, startups, engineering colleges, and policy-making corridors. India's drone doctrine is as much about innovation and self-reliance as it is about defense. Zen Technologies' simulators are training a new generation to anticipate, adapt, and strike with AI-assisted precision. And in this evolving age of intelligent warfare, every intercepted threat is a silent victory. So, the pressing question is, will India continue this trajectory and rise as the next global drone superpower? Because the battlefield is shifting, and India is no longer preparing for the future. It is leading it. Maybe, just maybe, the future of war is a world where drones guard peace and our soldiers come home alive. Like, comment, share if you believe India's defense innovation deserves the global spotlight.